Hi, Jean. How would I know when an annuity is right for me?
So you want to be careful when you're evaluating annuities. You know, that used to be a dirty word, but they've really changed and improved, and a lot of regulatory things have happened since 2008, and they're just really wonderful products to consider for your portfolio. Now, annuities aren't right for everyone, but they're not wrong for everyone either. So you might want to consider what your goals are before you buy one. Are you looking to enjoy stock market rides? And when I say that, do you like going up and down? That's very important. You know, I think about my mother because she's never gotten on a roller coaster again since we were little kids, because we all wanted to go on this roller coaster called the Trabant, and when she got on there, all she did was pray to God that he let her off alive and she'd never get back on again. So she hasn't. And I tease her every now and then by saying, "Hey Mom, you know, how come I never see a senior on the roller coaster?" She says, "Are you kidding? If we went on a roller coaster ride, we'd be hanging on like this, and our hair would blow back and our glasses would fly off, and at the end of the ride we'd need a change of underwear." So I always tell her that sounds like the stock market these days. But you know, some people actually like that. If you like those stock market rides, ups and downs, then you probably don't want to buy an annuity. Annuities that are linked to the stock market can be very costly. I don't particularly like that kind. I like safe annuities where you can't lose anything, but for some people they're a little too boring. If you're looking for boring, you're looking for safe and steady, you don't want to go on that roller coaster ride again or change your underwear after a bad day in the stock market, then you might consider doing an annuity. There are several opinions on annuities. Susie Orman is one of them. If you haven't seen her book, The Road to Wealth, on page 471. People have written in asking her questions. This person says, "Dear Susie, my financial advisor is recommending that I buy a variable annuity within my retirement account. What should I do?" Susie says, "Get yourself another financial advisor pronto." And I agree with her. I don't like variable annuities, not for seniors. They're too costly, they're too risky, they're not insured, they're not protected. But the same person asked Susie about a fixed index annuity. How do I know if a fixed index annuity is right for me? She says, if you do not want to take any risk, but still want to play the stock market, a good fixed index annuity may be right for you. That's on page 472 in her book, Road to Wealth. Also, MarketWatch came out with an article this summer, July 11th, 2011. MarketWatch, retirees need fewer stocks, more annuities. Equities should be no more than 25% of your portfolio if you're a retiree. Now, if you like Jim Cramer, the guy that pulls his shirt sleeves up and he goes crazy and all that, he's kind of fun to watch. He actually wrote a book where he said retirees shouldn't be in the stock market. They need to look at safe annuities. So here's somebody who's a big stock market guy telling, you know, seniors, be careful. So lots of stuff are happening. You also want to be careful when you're buying anything, whether it's annuity, a financial investment, anything at all. Water softener, you know, these are things that are popular around here. I've written a book called Protect Yourself, Don't Be a Victim. You can find that on my website, or you can go to barnesandnoble.com. And in here I tell you to watch out for financial scams, things you need to be aware of, especially if you're buying a financial product. Check that person out, make sure they're licensed, make sure there's no complaints, make sure they're a member of the Better Business Bureau and the National Ethics Board. These are all agencies that keep information on our backgrounds, our complaints, our history, and you want to make sure that you get references. Some people will say to you, "Oh, you don't need a reference," or, you know, "Why would I give you a reference? They're just going to say good things." Well, that's kind of a red flag. I mean, don't you want to hear good things, or is it they're afraid that they might say something else? Or maybe they don't service their customers to where the customer barely knows who they are. A lot of people come in, sell you something, you never see them again. So you want to work with somebody that's willing to let you talk to clients and customers of theirs, and don't just say, "Is this person nice?" but how often do you see them? Do they sit down with you? Do they call you with recommendations and advice and suggestions? Are they knowledgeable? Do they have any complaints? How do you feel about your money since you've been working with whoever this person is? So all of these things are very important. One other thing I'll share with you is a book I like. It's called The Unbeatable Market: Taking the Indexing Path to Financial Peace of Mind. If you haven't seen Ron Ross's books, he's a very well-read author, and he brings up some good points. I want to share this with you because people are always talking about the stock market. Here's what Ron Ross says: Wall Street's favorite scam is pretending that luck is skill. Why does the question of luck or skill matter? For this reason. Unlike skill activities, the outcomes of luck-based activities are random. The problem with luck is that it's unpredictable, unreliable, and uncontrollable. Is it your intention to randomly invest your money? Because in no other part of the economy is there so large a discrepancy between what the consumer wants and what he gets. Wall Street is where there's the greatest gap between what's possible and what's offered. Most investors' overall goal is long-term financial peace of mind. Unfortunately, Wall Street leads its customers in the opposite direction, towards stress, confusion, excessive activity, and unnecessary risk. No other industry could get away with such disregard of its customers' objectives. And here's the last paragraph that is so telling. Unfortunately, very few people know how to measure and evaluate the performance of their investments, especially those made in mutual funds. Many, if not most, investors may be unaware that actively managed funds have underperformed the market as a whole. Index fund pioneer Rex Sinkville has this to say about actively managed mutual funds and their managers. Quote, "If these guys were racehorses, they'd be glue." Pretty telling. You know, if you have a mutual fund, it's tough to know what's inside of that fund. How many stocks? Are they changing? What's happening with them? One of the things we can provide here for you is a second opinion. If your person that's got you in these funds hasn't given you a second opinion, you got to ask yourself why. What are they afraid of? What do they not want me to find out? It only takes a few minutes to analyze what you have. So you give us a call here or come to a seminar. We'll offer that to you complimentary. Thank you. I try to treat you like I would my own parents. My mother's 85. She's worked hard her whole life as a teacher, and I don't want her to run out of money. So I have her money protected. She can't lose it. She gets tax-free income, and she'll never run out of money no matter how long she lives. If you like that, maybe I can help you too.
Jean came up with some suggestions and a plan for me.
We've managed to maintain everything that we had invested, so we're happy.
Now we feel that we're pretty well protected.
We're very impressed with the knowledge and information that Jean shared with us, and we made an appointment to talk to her.
Whoever is out there looking for a financial planner, you better consider this person.
If I had not gone with Jean, I would have lost something like $60,000.